Over August the 29th, the Russian military shelled municipalities in Donetsk region 26 times. Most shells were fired at Avdiivka, Bakhmut and Slovyansk, reported the press service of Donetsk Regional Police. The invaders' army pummeled Slovyansk 3 times. The downtown was hit by around 20 shells. They damaged 4 high-rises, 8 detached houses, a maternity home, hidden supply network, a bank, shop, offices and vehicles, the police said. Fire was also opened at Nelipivka, Pivnichne, Georgiivka, Druzhba, Kalinove, Klishivka, Maximilianivka, Netailove, Oleksandro Kalinove, Pervomayske, Rozdolne and Semenivka. Over August the 29th, 2 residents of Rozdolne and Pivnichne were killed by Russian bombardments and 4 other people in Donetsk region were injured, said Pavlo Kyrylenko, the head of the Donetsk Regional Military Administration. Since the full-scale Russian invasion began, the hostilities killed 777 and wounded 1,984 people in Donetsk region. In the afternoon on August the 29th, the Russian armed forces carried out a strike on Mykolaiv. Some residential houses were hit. Fatalities are reported, said Vitaly Kim, the head of the Mykolaiv Regional Military Administration. According to South Operational Command, Mykolaiv was heavily struck by 16 S-300 anti-aircraft missiles. As at 19 o'clock, August the 29th, the regional administration reported 24 wounded and 2 dead. A vehicle caught fire after being hit by shells and their fragments. The rescuers stopped the fire in a 5 square meters area. The blasts in the city were heard at around 15:20. I started screaming and calling my wife. She didn't respond. The room became dark all at once. I crawled outside and saw no one. The firefighters came and found my wife in the yard. Alexander's wife was killed by one of the S-300 missiles, which hit the grounds of their house. At the moment of the explosion, the man was in the room and his wife was outside. I was in the room and my wife was outside. I switched on the computer. I can't remember what was there. Then it struck. The window fell down on me and the sofa standing next to it pressed me to the window. That's it. The room was full of smoke and dust. Natalia was at home when the blast happened. Her house is ruined to the ground. Yes, I was home. Where did you hide? I can see your house is totally ruined. Over there, I was in the farthest room. I was lucky. A man walking by the house where the missile hit also perished. The attack also damaged a local school. Windows and window panes were broken out. During the day of August the 29th, 6 fires were registered on the territory of the Mykolaiv region, 4 of which occurred as a result of Russian shelling. A house, a car, dry grass and garbage were on fire. This was reported by the press service of the emergency service. On August the 29th, a garbage fire broke out in Mykolaiv as a result of being hit by fragments of Russian ammunition. Upon arrival, the rescuers established that the fire had managed to spread to the roof of the residential building. The fire was extinguished in an area of 10 square meters. Rescuers extinguished the fire of a car that was on the territory of a private household. The fire was extinguished in an area of 5 square meters. As a result of the shelling, there were 2 fires of garbage and dry grass in Mykolaiv and the village of Kalinivka of the Voskresenska territorial Gromada of the Mykolaiv district. The area of the fires was 3,700 square meters. On the morning of August the 30th, the Russian military shelled the center of Kharkiv with artillery. 5 people died, 7 were injured. Residents of Kharkiv heard explosions at 10 a.m. and an air raid alert was announced in the city and region. Kharkiv mayor Igor Terehov reported at least 8 hits. Artillery shelling of the central part of the city. Previously, there were 8 hits, a rather large square. So far, we know about a fire in one of the most favorite places of rest for Kharkiv residents. Another place of rest was also hit. The windows in the surrounding houses were broken. Terhov's post reads, "Shells also fell near a 5-story building and hit one of the press schools," Terhov said. As of 10:45, 5 people were killed and 7 were injured, the mayor said. As a result of Russian artillery shelling of the village of Zolochiv in the Kharkiv region on the night of August the 30th, 3 private houses and power grids were damaged. There are no injured or dead. The head of the Zolochiv Hromada, Viktor Kovalenko, informed Suspilne about this. They fired from temporarily occupied Kozachya Lopan, Kovalenko said. According to the information of the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, on August the 29th, the Russian military shelled at least 15 settlements in the Kharkiv region from tanks and artillery. Valentin Reznichenko, the head of Dnipropetrovsk Regional Military Administration, announced that on the night of August the 30th, Russian troops launched rocket attacks on Krivorisky and Dniprovsky districts, and Nikopolsky district was shelled from BM-21 and heavy artillery. The bus station, shops and a children's library were damaged in Nikopol. 2 power lines were disabled. Currently, up to 500 families are without electricity, he wrote. According to Reznichenko, a 50-year-old woman was wounded by shelling in the village of Kamyanske of Chervono-Grigorivka Hromada and has been treated at home. 1 house in the Hromada was destroyed, about 10 were damaged. Electric grids and gas pipelines were affected. In the city of Marhanets, in Dnipropetrovsk region, in one of the garage cooperatives, explosives experts found fragments of a missile that could detonate. This is reported on the website of the regional police. It happened near Kyivska Street. The mining of Marhanets continues. All seized ammunition is planned to be destroyed, the police reported. During the last 2 days, Russian troops shelled 8 settlements in Kherson region with artillery. As a result, civilians were injured and fires broke out. In Novovorontsovka, a volunteer center was damaged by shelling from Russian troops. In the building where it is located, the glass blew out of the windows and cut the walls, Dmitro Burdai, the deputy of the village council, said. Alexander Starukh, the head of Zaporizhia Regional Military Administration, announced that at night the Russian army launched a missile attack on the city of Zaporizhia. According to preliminary information, there are no victims. So far, no significant damage to infrastructure facilities has been recorded. The consequences of the strike are being clarified, he added. 1 bottle of milk after another. The grandmother is packing a bag for 12-year-old Danilo. His mom is nearby in crutches. This is how a boy gets ready for a trip to Chernihiv. He is very courageous. He turns out to be the man in the family. He replaces everyone for us. It is 12 kilometers from the house in Voznesenske to Chernihiv. Danilo Rak overcomes this distance every time in order to sell milk and raise money for his mother's treatment. I want to go every day because I have to collect money for my mother's treatment. On March the 16th, Danilo's mother came under fire in Novoselivka. Shrapnel injured her thigh, leg and abdomen. Neighbors evacuated her to the hospital under fire. As if it exploded in 1 second, it covered, deafened me. I didn't even understand what it was. I realized that I was injured. I didn't feel pain right away, only warmth, and I realized that it was blood. I already mentally said goodbye to everyone and thought that was all. This was the end. It was when his mother was in the hospital that Danilo decided to help her. To buy medicine and food for her, he started going to Chernihiv and selling milk. He said, "Granny, I will bring milk here, maybe someone will buy it from me, and then, when I sell it, I'll call my mother, maybe she needs some medicine. I will buy medicine or products, everything she wants, and visit her as well." Danilo's father serves in the armed forces of Ukraine. Currently, Danilo is the main strength and support for mother and granny. I never thought that I would sell milk. I thought I would help with the household, go play football with my friends, or go somewhere else. His mother had one toe amputated. She barely walks on crutches. I can't walk. We should amputate it and put a prosthesis. There was hope that I would somehow be able to walk, but the bones are broken and it hurts to step on my foot. People in Chernihiv already know when and where to wait for Danilo with milk, so they come in advance of his arrival. I really like this child. He's such a good boy. He gives me goosebumps. I want to cry. We support them. We buy milk from them. The boy will sell milk until he cures his mother. This is my mother. I have to help no matter what. It is necessary to help. There is only one matter.